Hey YouTube, it's your boy Danny. You already know who it is. Happy May Day. This is when this is gonna be going up. It's a surprise deck profile that I wanted for you guys. Um, just to talk a little bit about it. It's no secret that it's Nekroz. I mean, how do I hide that it's Nekroz? Um, not a lot of people know about this deck now, anyway. Like I've heard the younger players talk about like, oh, like what's up with these ritual cards? Like, why were they so expensive when they came out? Like, what's the deal? And um, back in the day, I went to a regionals in like 2014 or 2015. I can't remember. It was the heyday of this deck, and I piloted it, and I did very, very good. I can't remember my record, but I was gonna make. Supposedly, I was gonna make the top cut. I don't really know. Um, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell when you have to drop. So like, I had to drop because my friend had an emergency. He was on my ride, and that was it's just how it was. I didn't mind dropping, but anyway, this is probably my favorite deck ever printed. I'll go ahead and say it right now. I've never loved another deck more than anything. Um, the only deck that probably compares to this that is probably Yang Zing's. I love Yang Zing's, and I was a Yang Zing player for a long time. Metal Foes, those another deck. But anyway, not to get off topic. Um, yeah, we have Nekroz. So Nekroz is a very powerful deck. It's a very repressive deck. It can make very powerful boards, which is interesting because a lot of times your ending boards are with one or just two monsters on board. But how quickly you can dismantle your opponent is where this deck's strength lies. So if you're worried about it, if you're like Daniel, I'm playing the deck, I'm trying it out, and I can't. My end board is Trishula, and or my end board is Brio. Just know it's okay. It's fine because you're gonna get them. You're gonna catch them on turn two, and trust me, you really will. So give this deck a chance. If you get a chance, so I'll price the cards out because it's something I want to start doing on the channel. Let me know what you guys think. I want to start pricing cards out as we talk about them. Like, see what's budget. I'm dehydrated, so I'm gonna get a drink of soda, and we'll just go ahead and do it. So this is literally like my favorite monster ever printed. His name is Shrit. We call him Tim Tim. If you ever hear me refer to Tim Tim, know that I'm talking about Shrit. So, Shrit's a very powerful card. It's a very, very useful card. It can be used as the whole tribute for a ritual summon of a water monster or a Nekroz monster. No, a Nekroz monster. And if you do use him, you can grab yourself a warrior Nekroz type. So he, with other cards in the deck, with combos, with the right skill, you can essentially grab any card in this deck. The right play. Because you can grab Brio, who can grab anything, or you can grab, grab Brio, who can grab anything. He can grab Colossalus, and Colossalus can grab the spell. But a lot of times when I make my boards, I like shredding off, Tim-Timming off, excuse me, with a Trishula, and adding a Trishula so that I can have a Trishula as backup. So Shrit's necessary for this deck. If you're playing this deck, please don't try it without Shrit. Like, you're not gonna have a good time. Um, but yeah, he's like maybe a quarter. You can get him for maybe 50 cents on eBay. You're probably gonna pay $1. But yeah, he's the nuts, dude. So we'll go ahead and move him over there. Up next, this is the deck. I will admit the deck is cheap, but it does have its price. So up next, we're playing three Manju of the Thousand Hands, and anybody who knows anything about rituals knows that Manju is like the go-to. I'm sorry about that glare. I'll hold my hand over it. Anybody who knows anything about... Oh, wait a minute, I have an idea. No. Nope. Well, we tried. Anyway, anybody who knows anything about rituals knows that Manju grabs you anything in this deck. Like, literally any card in this deck except for one, like maybe one card, I think. Like, and that's reinforcements of the army. Like, he can't grab reinforcements of the army. And the Nekroz. I mean, the incantations. But anyway, he grabs any ritual monster or any ritual spell when he's normal or flip summoned, and he's also good ritual fodder. So you want to play this at 3. You can get away with playing it at 2. Honestly, when I don't have my dance princess in yet, you're gonna think, "What are you talking about?" I might take one out. I don't know yet, but I do believe the ratio of 3 to be correct for Manju. If you guys want to discuss anything, feel free to message me. Feel free to comment. I mean, I want discussions on, like, full discussions on my boards, on my everything on this channel. So other Necros players, please, if you have tips, tidbits, anything, like if you have gripes, to message me, dude. Like, get at me, holler at your boy. Anyway, so I'm not gonna talk much more about Manju, but there's Manju. So up next, we play the incantations. It's necessary for this deck, and I'm gonna start off with the least important ones. So then we play 2 Plume, and then 2 Bookstone. The level 5 and the level 3. You want to maximize on ratio of levels. That, like, the most crazy... Man, this glare is ugly. Hang on real quick. Cool. So you want to maximize on the ratio, the maximum ratio of number of monsters of different levels, and that there's no better way to do it than with the incantations. Sorry, off the top of my head, I don't remember what these ones do. I get them all confused. I just know that any incantation, so you reveal a spell in hand, which you're always going to have a ritual spell with Bookstone, and then from your graveyard you can add a I'm butchering this. You can special summon another incantation, and when he's special summoned from the deck, you can add one ritual spell from grave. So then this one must be monsters. You reveal a monster, you can special summon it, and then they have the clause where if you special summon it, you special summon another incantation with a different name, and then you get that effect off, and this guy's effect is add a monster from grave. So really powerful, really good. This is where my deck differs from a little bit of people's. I play 3 Candle and 3 Talismandra. Most people would go for the 2-2-2 lineup, and I can see where you would want to, but honestly, I'm thinking just in this day and age, with the speed of the game and with the consistency of the deck, you kind of want to maximize on it. There are certain things you can play and take out, but for me anyway, with how I have the deck working, this is what I have currently. So these guys work just like the other ones, just different levels, and they can special summon each other. You reveal one spell for this guy, for Kandal, and then when he's special summoned from the deck, from anything, he adds a spell. So there's that. He's level 4. Talismandra, reveal a monster, special summon it, and then special summon another one. When he's special summoned from the deck, add a monster. So those are the incantations. They're very useful. So now that I've gone over my ritual support, I'm gonna go over my ritual lineup of monsters. I hope this video isn't like a 30-minute video. I'm gonna be pissed off if it's a 30-minute video. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get it right into this. So right away, I'm gonna tell you we played 2 of the new incantation monsters. Well, Incantation Chalice Slime is an older one. Like he came out in the previous set, but we got the new Big Daddy of incantations. So they have very interesting effects that I couldn't pass up on, and I was originally testing out at multiple 2 and 2, but I found that they clogged actually, and you'll see what I mean if you try it out. That they clog. Of course, you can use them to tribute for themselves, but so Chalice Slime, you reveal it, quick effect, discard a card. And you can special summon. Let me read this real quick, because this is a new card to me. Special summon 1 incantation from the deck, so that's an extra incantation name. And then you have him in hand for ritual fodder or for a ritual play. So there's that. And then this guy, the Big Daddy, I really like this card a lot. This is a nasty card. I don't know about this. If you have 2, unfortunately it has to be 2, but if you have 2 incantations whose total level equals 10, you can special summon them and then shuffle them back into the deck if you didn't use them for anything. You're going to use him for ritual plays. And then also he has another effect when he's on field, which is really good, which non-ritual incantation monsters that you control gain 2,000 attack points. So that makes a lot of things into beaters. That makes your Manjus really big. So he's a really good card. I wouldn't play him at more than 1. You can try it, but he clogs, I think. Up next, this is where my deck differs a little bit from people as well. I have one-ofs. I play one of Clausulus. You can recycle everything in this deck. You can grab stuff back. You can get all sorts of stuff. Clausulus will he has 2 effects. Every Nekroz has 2 effects, where he can make a monster special summon from the extra deck on field, go to 0. So quick effect, or you can discard him to add a Nekroz spell, which all the spells are in turn ritual spells. So pretty good effect. A lot of people play him at 2. I've seen people play him at 3. Personally, I like him at 1. I might try him at 2, but he's hard to summon in this deck, for me anyway. Up next is the boy. The man. Let me get a drink of my soda. Nekroz the Unicorn. I'm not even going to bother with his first effect. I'm just going to tell you his effect that you use him for. When he's on field, he suppresses the effects of all monsters summoned from the extra deck. So he becomes a skill drain for all monsters summoned on the extra deck. That's so crazy, and that's so hard to get over. And if you can summon this, basically, it's GG for your opponent. If you can protect it long enough, because trust me, there's going to be times where like your opponent's going to find a way to get around it. So just be careful. Choose your unicorn play wisely, and remember that that there's a time and place for everything. Just remember that. Up next, another oldie but goodie is we have 3 Brionic. The Brionic will grab you any monster, so Brionic can basically grab you any card, because in turn he can grab you Clausulus. But anyway, Brionic grabs you any monster, and then by discarding him, and then when he's on field, he can target up to 2 monsters special summon from the extra deck and shuffle them back. So that's really good, and that comes up now a lot. That's like really powerful, and Brionic's really easy to make in this deck. I found out. Up next, I play 3 Valks, Valkyrius. This used to be an $80 card. Oh, I forgot. I was supposed to do prices. Anyway, everything's like $2 or $3, so you can go with what you got. Anyway, Valkyrius, I got ahead of myself, is Battle Fader. You banish a Nekroz card and send him to grave, and he ends your opponent's battle phase if they're doing an attack, and then he has a tribute effect where he tributes 2 monsters, and then you can draw 2 cards. Not only that, the 229 body is pretty good. Level 8, so he's kind of wonky to summon in this deck, but when you get him off, you get him off. Up next, 2 of my favorites, Trishula. If you know Trishula, it's Trishula. It does the same damn thing Trishula does. His only extra effect is that he, hand trap wise, if one of your Nekroz is going to get targeted, you can pitch him, and then you can negate that target. It's amazing. Like the banish is so powerful. The 1, 2, 3, from 1 from hand, 1 from grave, and 1 from field. I play it at 2 because I make 2. A lot of people say, like, oh, you're only gonna make 1 Trishula. I completely disagree. I've gone games making this card tons of times, like recycling it. It's a very good card. I wouldn't go in at 3, but I wouldn't go in at 1. But test your ratios out. And up next, my last Nekroz that not a lot of people are playing, that I don't understand why, is Decisive Armor. Everybody forgot about your boy. Decisive Armor, the 33 beater, level 10. You can pitch it, make a Nekroz gain 1,000, but that's not why you want to use him. You want him for his banish effect, which he can banish set cards. So, Altergeist players, watch out. It's funny because an Altergeist player would probably have an answer for this. But anyway, it's a beater. It's everything. Sometimes I end boards with a Unicorn, a Trishula, and a Decisive Armor, and that's like GG for my opponent. Like, there's not much, once you take apart their boards, there's really not much you can do about that. Up next, I'm going to go through the spells. If this video runs a little bit long, it's fine. The extra deck is nothing. I mean, we play 1 Rhoda to add Shrit. Add your boy. That's the only reason you play Rhoda. We play 3 preps. Can't play pre-prep, but you can play prep. For those who don't know, add a level 7 or lower monster, Brionic, and then add a ritual. You don't have to, add a ritual spell from grave. Up next is my ritual spell lineup, and then we have 2 of the incantation in whatever. And I play this because I want to summon the incantations, and not only that, you can use it to summon Nekroz monsters. I didn't know that, but I found out you can use it to summon Nekroz monsters, and that's amazing to me. It makes things a little bit easier. It has some effects to get around your losing of incantations. And can special summon incantations, but played it too. I wouldn't go in without it. Up next, this is kind of the pricey one, Necrocycle. This is the one that didn't get reprinted. It's like $6 or $7. This one, they all have the clause that if it's in the grave and you don't control a monster, you can pitch a card, basically, like banish a card and add a Necro spell from deck to hand. So they all do that, and cycle will let you summon from grave. So that's how you cycle your Necroz monsters. So that's how I'm able to summon Trisha like 20 times. Up next, I play two Mirror. A lot of people will get mad at me at locals because I would say Kaleido Mirror. There's Kaleidoscope and then there's Mirror. And I would be like Kaleido Mirror, and I don't know. It's just how I talk. This one lets you summon from, lets you use materials engrave and summon the monster from hand. Or banished, I believe, actually. No, it's just hand. Anyway, there's that. And then up next, this is very controversial. People will probably get mad at me for this, old school Necroz players, because you're only supposed to play 6 spells, but I play 3 Kaleidoscope. I wanted to maximize on Kaleidoscopes because of reasons. I didn't want people to stop my plays. I would rather get my plays off with Kaleidoscope. Kaleidoscope, for those who don't know, is a very powerful card that will let you ritual summon for absolutely free. It will let you ritual summon by tributing monsters from the extra deck, and you can do like a level 12, for instance, and then you can get 2 level 6s out. Like, it lets you tribute summon for multiple monsters. So it's pretty crazy. My extra deck, I'll just go through real quick. Just a level 4. I'm playing 2 level 6s, 1 level 7, 4 level 8s, 2 level 10s, and 2 level 12s. I don't believe you need any more, and then all you need is the Herald of Arclight, which you really don't need 3, but I want 3. So get at your boy. Let me know what you think. Sorry this got a little bit long. It's one of my longer profiles. But this deck is special to me. I hope you guys understand. I hope you were entertained by the video. I hope it kept you interested. I know it's kind of like boring to hear. Hopefully the music is good. Lately YouTube hasn't been uploading my music for some reason. My copyright-free music. You know, holler at your boy. I want discussions. Believe me, just say whatever. If you want to say fuck you, say it to me. Sorry for my language for the younger viewers. You know, I'm learning my lesson. I got a mouth. Sorry, but anyway, get at us. We have some openings coming up. We have one more deck profile that we're gonna profile, and that is Invoked. So stay tuned for that. It's probably gonna go up tomorrow or maybe later tonight if I can get it. This for sure is going up like 30 minutes after I fucking record it. So I just love hearing myself talk. Rudy couldn't be here, like I said. Anyway, closing thoughts. Catch me on turn 2, and remember, this deck catches you on turn 2. Bye, guys.